So there is someone that has messaged me on my inbox asking me to explain to him how to connect to your higher power. So ideally, I'm a person that I would create a video so that everybody can benefit from such an insight. Now, I am going to explain my journey and what has worked for me in the beginning, and hopefully it can work for you as well. Now, it's very difficult to connect to something that you cannot see. Well, that's how I thought. It's very difficult to connect to something that you cannot hear. That's what I thought. It's very difficult to connect to that which you cannot smell, you cannot hear. Therefore, I found it very difficult to connect to such. However, once you silence the mind through the process of meditation, once you allow the ego mind or the false mind or that which is made up through conditioning, then something starts to happen to you inside where you start to hear your true self. And that true self will guide you, like how it has guided me, into connecting to that which I took for granted, which was the sun, the plants, the trees, the animals, the ground, the soil that I walk on. And over a considerable period of time, once you start paying attention to the soil, when you look at your plate of food and you look at the logistics of how that plate of food landed to your table, the soil was present, the sun was present, rain was present, the plant was present, the air was present. I bow down to all of these modes of nature or aspects of nature. I acknowledge them and I start to pay more attention to them. I start to welcome them and acknowledge my presence and their presence in what we know as nature. I start to look at them as equal, because me without that is not possible. I start to learn how to respect them. The sense of gratitude starts to rise. I start to see that which I call God in all of these things. And that which I call God, I start to see in everything around. Not just what I've mentioned, because everything around has come from that much. From Mother Earth, everything around has come to be. Therefore, in the beginning, what you want to do is you want to pay attention to the things that you can see, and something will happen to you. This gland, which is a muscle, starts to get stimulated, and after a considerable period of time, you will be able to perceive that which you cannot right now. You will be able to hear that which you cannot right now, and you will also be able to see that which you could not see before. This is the start of the spiritual journey. I don't know what's the end, and I'm not concerned about the end. What I do know is that the journey is absolutely beautiful, because the awareness starts to grow, and once the awareness is growing, you start to suffer less, because that which you suffer is only a suffering because you do not know something. But once you know that which you do not know, then there's no suffering. This has been my journey from the beginning. Later on, I will explain other sciences which is also involved, which is Bhakti Yoga, Kriya Yoga, deep meditation. But this is what helped me in the beginning. I hope it helps you if you are struggling. Jai Shri Ram.